Are you a pregnant mama who's wanting to manifest a natural birth experience without unnecessary medical interventions? Then listen up because I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is whether you're giving birth with an OB or a midwife, you need to know that the medical system is simply not designed to support natural birth. It's designed to monetize natural birth. But the good news is, I am going to walk you through how we can empower you to manifest your dream birth without falling into the labor funnel of unnecessary medical interventions, just as I have for thousands of other mamas since 2015. As a former naturopathic doctor and labor doula and a mom of three, I can coach you to overcome your fears, neutralize the what ifs, and hold informed conversations with your doctor to ensure you can avoid every single medical intervention that you do not need. Once you get this, you'll be empowered and eager for your birth. And that is 100% guaranteed. What this high vibe, empowered eagerness is going to do is allow you to step into your power and out of the mainstream birth matrix where women are fearmongered and guilted and pressured into medical interventions they don't need every damn day. Instead, you'll be making your own choices. You'll feel empowered with natural alternatives to the risky pharmaceuticals, and you'll be able to hack your body's innate blueprint to easily achieve an ecstatic natural birth the way you were designed to. Now, you're probably wondering who I am and how I can make such a big claim. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Corinne Brown, and I'm the founder of the Love Your Labor program. My mission is to empower women to give birth naturally and raise the collective birth consciousness. Basically, I want to help you feel excited about your birth because our collective birth consciousness has been gradually lowered over the last century by propaganda, mainstream media, and the medical system. We have been subconsciously programmed to fear birth since we were little girls, which unknowingly plugged us into what I call the birth matrix. And the ultimate goal of the birth matrix is to lead us straight into the labor funnel, the domino effect of medical interventions to monetize the birth process. After nearly a decade in the birth field, I can see that the birth practices aren't changing anytime soon. So it's up to us, the mamas, to empower ourselves and exit the matrix by elevating our consciousness, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs around natural labor and birth. My first labor ended by home birth transfer to traumatic C-section. So for my next two births, I learned to raise my own birth consciousness to manifest my dream births, which allowed me to successfully achieve not one, but two natural VBAC experiences, one at home. I worked so hard mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually to protect my experiences. And those vaginal births after cesarean were a massive accomplishment for me. And if you're anything like me, you get it because you're a woman with a desire to have an all-natural birth too. You believe you're designed to bring your baby earthside in this organic, intimate, intuitive way. You and your partner have a burning desire to make your birth experience special, intimate, unique to you, not to follow the crowd and have a cookie cutter mainstream birth just because that's what the doctor said and that's what everybody else does. No, you have that badass mama bear instinct in you and you want to protect yourself and your baby from being taken advantage of by the medical system. You want to give birth in the safest, easiest, and most enjoyable way possible. Maybe you've had other babies. Maybe this is your first. Maybe you've even experienced a birth trauma or a loss in the past. No matter what, if a natural birth is pulling on your heart, then you can align with it and manifest it into your experience like way, way better than you could have ever dreamed. I know how it goes though. You want a natural birth, but you just can't seem to overcome all of your doctor's scary worst case scenarios. You can't ignore the dreaded fear of pain or get your friends' horrible birth stories out of your head. What I want to show you in this video is how to ignore and neutralize those low vibes coming at you and instead take your power back in your birth, raise your energy, and easily avoid all unnecessary medical interventions using my proven system. Now, I know right now you might be thinking, but Corinne, labor and birth is scary and painful and things can sometimes go sideways. And you're not entirely wrong, but one of the biggest misconceptions is that birth is scary, painful, and can go sideways. Therefore, the hospital is the safest place to deliver. But that's actually backwards. And that misconception has led us straight into an alarming birth crisis. Unfortunately, hospitals are often the cause of the scary, medical, painful, sideways births requiring the very interventions that they will then profit from. I know it's counterintuitive that hospital protocols actually result in more risk for you and your baby, but physiologically and statistically speaking, it is true that undisturbed natural birth is safer than a disturbed medicalized birth. OBs and midwives are trained to test more, medicalize more, monitor more, intervene more, induce more, augment more, and monetize more. Their rules and protocols revolve around them, their convenience, their liability, their bottom line. It's not about you, your baby, or your experience. But when you get pregnant, no one tells you about this over-medicalization or the risk that comes along with it. And even if you take a labor prep class, other labor programs barely skim the surface. They only focus on pain management. They don't teach about the dangerous domino effect of interventions. They give the exact advice that leads to increased medicalization in birth. And they teach all the scary stuff but leave out all the sexy and empowering stuff. Literally everything about the mainstream approach to birth needs to change. We need a new paradigm. These generic childbirth classes don't get down to the root of the birth crisis we're facing, they actually feed into it. It's not to say they're wrong, they're just not complete. They give women false confidence and a result in those women feeling like a failure after doing the training, but then ending up with the typical onslaught of interventions. Those interventions are what I call the labor funnel of predictable and preventable mainstream medical interventions. The vast majority of women get caught in this sticky web of medical protocols, losing faith in themselves and their bodies, resigning their power to their doctor, and chalking up their birth experience to all that matters is a healthy baby. You actually want your birth experience to matter too, but people inside the birth matrix make you feel like you're crazy for it. Trust me, I feel your pain. I desperately wanted a natural birth. I was terrified of hospital interventions. The OB thought I was crazy. Nurses doubted my abilities to cope. Family called me reckless to have a VBAC. Friends called me dangerous to have a home birth. It's not easy to go against the grain, and I commend you for being brave enough to step outside the matrix. What you need is a step-by-step training program that alchemizes your fear and allows you to trust your brilliant body and relax into this precious phase of life and opt out of the low-vibe mainstream system so you and your partner can safely bring your precious little one into your family without sacrificing your maternal instinct or your power as the parents. Your maternal instinct is actually your unfair advantage. It's what gives you the authority, the confidence, the bang-on intuition throughout this process. Pharma and the medical system tries to unplug pregnant women and birthing women from these instincts, and that's where I come in. My program, the Love Your Labor program, has helped thousands of women avoid big pharma in their births and manifest their dream experience with ease and excitement using proven naturopathic labor prep protocols since 2015. And while I've been able to achieve 2 VBACs myself and help countless other women do the same, I was literally in your shoes. Just like you, for my first birth, I felt nervous to defy my providers, scared to advocate against their orders and speak up for my different birth choices. But by feeling inferior to the doctor and looking for permission all the time, as a former naturopathic doctor and labor doula no less, during a time where I needed to be more in tune with my body than ever, I saw I was deep inside the birth matrix. In every prenatal appointment, the only things we discussed were stats, tests, results, ultrasounds, screenings, and interventions. I literally had to advocate for my unmedicated birth at every single appointment, which isn't all that surprising once you realize the system is rigged for medicalized birth. So if you want a natural birth in this day and age, you 100% must be empowered and prepared to advocate for yourself. But sis, I hear you. Constantly going against the grain and fighting uphill battles is not for the faint of heart. I remember feeling vulnerable and defeated, and it began to really drain my energy and my hope. I felt like it was me versus the system, and it was all just too big, like I couldn't win. But then I did win. I created my own system of naturopathic protocols that rigged my body for natural birth. Boom, I cracked the code. Even in the face of relentless medical meddling for my second birth, I was rock solid in my instincts and intentions, and I had an awesome VBAC in hospital. And despite jaw-dropping fear-mongering from my midwife for my third birth, I had a 3-hour ecstatic VBAC home birth, and it was the greatest accomplishment of my life. So not only have I taught this method to thousands of women, I've actually used it extremely successfully myself, which is why I am confidently sitting here presenting you this offer today. So here's my promise to you. If this is all you need to hear and you are ready to learn more about my program and how it works, how I literally guide you week by week, protocol by protocol toward truly loving your labor experience, how I provide specific manifestation practices and mindset perspectives to help you feel aligned and manifest your dream birth just like I did, and how I neutralize birth fear and replace it with that fierce mama bear empowerment, then go ahead and click below to join today or book a call. Not only will I support you to prepare for your birth using naturopathic protocols for a smooth and efficient labor, but I will support you throughout your pregnancy and postpartum to avoid unnecessary medical interventions during those times as well. The next thing we'll do is go ahead and plug you into our epic Love Your Labor group, where you'll join a fabulous community of like-minded mamas, and I host a weekly Q&A call in there to give individualized answers to your labor prep questions. Based on our countless testimonials and positive reviews, I can promise you that this program will be the #1 power move that will allow you to legitimately love your labor. You will alchemize fear into faith, feel deeply connected with your partner, optimize your birth physiology, and actually enjoy this divine rite of passage into motherhood. If that sounds good, click below to join now or book a call. Because once we've protected you and your baby from unnecessary medical interventions, I then train your partner to be your labor doula. I teach the different phases of labor, specifically how to advocate and support you at each stage. Inside Love Your Labor, we actually use your partner strategically to hack your labor, because there's certain things only he can do that are crucial for your success. not to mention the Labor Partner Handbook and the Love Your Labor acupressure points that will bring you sweet relief and instantly promote a smooth and efficient labor. Everybody raves about the acupressure points. Now, why is following a step-by-step proven system far more superior than trying to wing this? Some people try to piece together their labor education by taking hospital birth classes, reading What to Expect When You're Expecting, and watching hypnobirthing YouTube videos. That is not going to cut it. You need a system because this day is way too important to you, to your baby, to your partner, to your postpartum to wing it. It will have a lifelong imprint on your soul. It is worth taking the time and the effort to prepare well. The reason why mamas feel like they could ever wing it is because they don't know what they don't know. All that's presented to them in the mainstream is breathing and pain relief. And they think, I can probably do that. I'm just going to try to go natural. And I know this because the women who tried to piece together a plan last time join Love Your Labor for their next birth. No one else offers empowering birth coaching that puts you confidently in the driver's seat of your experience. No one else aligns your body, mind, spirit, and subconscious beliefs to manifest a natural birth and a positive postpartum outside the birth matrix of fear and medical monetization. I created the first birth course to train mamas and their partners to have all natural birth experiences using proven naturopathic protocols, firsthand doula techniques, well-loved manifestation practices, and personal support from me to provide you the best-in-class labor prep support. That's why Love Your Labor is so popular because we hit it from all angles. It's high vibe, it's high quality, it's high touch, and that's why there's a high rate of success. This combo unlocks and optimizes the natural birth blueprint within you. And the best part is once you've rocked your badass birth, you continue to be supported by my postpartum program, the New Mama Manual, as you shift your focus to postpartum healing, preventing postpartum depression, deciding on vaccines, navigating breastfeeding, and decoding infant sleep, which most moms will tell you is even harder than the birth itself. So if this kind of support sounds like something you want for your birth experience, then click below to book a call. I offer a select number of calls per month to mamas who would like to meet me before investing, have questions about the program, need a custom payment plan, or want to discuss their unique birth situation. I only work with mamas that are fully aligned, and I want the same for you. Complete alignment with the Love Your Labor system and approach. So once we jump on a call, we can do a deep dive into your birth goals, see what the biggest hurdles might be, how I can help, and then we'll discuss what the best plan of action is to start you on your labor prep journey right away. Best case scenario, we hop on a call, we adore each other, it's a great fit, you feel aligned, and you decide to love your labor.